All right, so we're looking at student activity sheet 1. You have to get money to make money. And specifically, we're looking at CAFI. I have no idea how you pronounce that name, but I'm going to call it CAFI, K-A-F-I. Looking at 3 different jobs here. So read that, and then record the income information for the 3 jobs in row 1 of job summary table 1 at the end of this activity sheet. Okay? So this one I'm going to do with you here. A lot of this I'm going to let you do on your own, but this one I'll do with you. So we've got 3 positions. The first position pays $37,500 per year. It's the editor job, and so we'll just write that down, $37,500 per year. Second job pays hourly wage of $26.50 per hour. And then the final offer is a commission job, 5% commission. Commission means they're working on sales. They get a percent of every sale that they make. Okay, so there we go. And it also tells us that sales reps typically sell an average of $100,000 per month in textbooks. All right, so have completed number 1. And our job today on this first day is we're going to do these first 6 numbers here on the front page of number 1 here. Number 2 says estimate the gross annual income for each job offer. We are looking at annual income here. Record your estimate in row 3 of job summary table 1 and use row 2 for any calculations. So just to help you out here, the first one is already an annual income, so there's really no work to show here. The annual income is $37,500. So pause the tape, take a minute, figure out how much $26.50 per hour will make you in a year, and 5% commission if you're selling $100,000 per month. Figure out how much you will make in a year. So pause the video and then come back to me when you think you have your answers, all right? Okay. Number 3 then. On number 3, you figured out the annual income, so now you want to figure out how much that is going to be per month. Remember that, and if just in case you got stuck on any of these, realize typically a person, full-time worker, is going to work 40 hours a week, and then there are 52 weeks in a year. That should help you for the designer, all right? 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year. 40 hours per week, 52 weeks in a year. Okay? So if you have not figured that out, figure that out. Once you have the annual income, gross monthly income. Monthly income should be pretty easy if you have annual income. We know there's 12 months in a year. So how are we going to figure out monthly income? Pause the video, do that. It should take you just a few seconds to get that done. Use your calculator. All right, number 4. Based on the gross monthly income, which job do you recommend CAFI take and why? All right, at this point, we don't really have any other information. Probably go with the one that pays the best. Okay, no reason not to go with the one that pays the best at this point. We'll talk about other factors later on. Number 5. So pause a minute, answer number 4, come back. Number 5. Determine the after-tax income for each job offer and use the following information. So here we go. Here's our information. Number 5. The U.S. government deducts Social Security of 6.2% and Medicare 1.45%. CAFI will deduct 15% of gross income to cover federal income tax, and CAFI does not live in a state with state income tax, like Texas. Texas has no state income tax. Some states do, a few states do not, and Texas is one of those that does not. So record your estimate in row 7 of job summary table 1. Use row 6 for any calculations that are needed to determine the income. All right, so take a minute to do that. Just to give you a hint here, the easiest thing is probably going to be to take your 3%. You've got 6.2%, you've got 1.45%, you've got 15%. Add them together, get a total percentage of tax, get a total percent of tax after adding those together, change it to a decimal by moving your decimal point over a couple times, and then multiply that by whatever your income is. That will be the amount that is deducted. Okay? Take your total percent, change it to a decimal, multiply it times your income. That will be the total amount that's deducted. So then subtract that from the income, and that's going to be how much your net income, your after-tax income will be. All right? So take a few minutes, do that, pause this video, and then come back. Okay. You should round, I didn't say this before, but you should be rounding to 2 decimals. We're talking about money, and so you should always round to 2 decimals when we're talking about money. Just to give you an idea if you're on the right track or not, here are just rounded numbers. You know, you might not get exactly what I get, but it should be in this ballpark. For the editor's job, I got about $2,420 per month. For the designer job, I got $3,550 per month, and on these, I'm all rounding these to the nearest $10. So this is not exactly what I got, but it's in the ballpark. And then for this job, the sales rep job, I got $3,870. All right, you should be within $10, $20, $30 of that. You know, if you're hundreds off, you're too far off. If you're within, you know, 10, 20 bucks, that's probably pretty good. And if you're right on it, that's great. Okay. And that is it, I guess, for the last question. Number 6, one more question today. Caffey determines that he needs at least $3,000 per month in after-tax income to cover his monthly expenses. Based on this budget estimate, are there any jobs that Caffey should not take and why? Okay, pretty clearly, we have 2 numbers that are above $3,000 per month. We have one that's below $3,000 per month. So editor right now is not looking real good. It is about $1,000 less than designer at this point. We will see after we do the next steps tomorrow on Tuesday. We'll be filling in the rest of this table, and when we see that, it will actually get closer to those. It's not going to get, it will never be above 3,000, but it will be closer to those numbers than it is right now. Right now, it's more than $1,000 less than designer, and more than about $1,400 less than sales rep. All right, so that's it for the first day.